When I was younger, I was on a semi-pro team called Vision Team for Call of Duty, and I was really good at the game, but to get there, I had to learn a lot, and that's one of my personality traits that I stride upon that I really like about myself is that I really have the will to learn and want to learn more, especially if I'm interested in the topic. And going back to Vision Team, I had to learn how to be better. I was fairly young compared to all of my competitors, and I had to learn mechanics. I had to learn map control and learn how to just be better than the other players who had 5 to 15 years of age and probably game time above me. And I was still to the point where I was better than most people. I also am fairly pragmatic and I like to do puzzles. Um, when I was younger, me and my dad went, or I went with my dad to his work because he works over at UNC Hospital and for HVAC. And I was with him and I was learning about the refrigeration cycle and how refrigeration works and how, like, what his job is and what he does. And it was fairly interesting, but I started going into um the facts about it and trying to figure out why it worked instead of it could work because of this. I think it may work because of this. It was more or less me wanting to learn and trying to figure out the facts about it. And I went back last semester and for my heat pump, I was working on the copper piping and the wiring, sadly. I had to do both. But for the copper piping, I was with a teammate. But for the copper piping, I was making sure all of the piping was leak free, charged it with refrigerant, pulled vacuum, everything you need to do for a refrigeration system while he was doing all the wiring. And by the it was like the deadline of the last day, and I actually had to rip all of his wiring off and redo it, and had to go back and look and fact check everything that I had to do and make sure that all of the wiring was correct so that it didn't blow up or that it didn't start a fire or it just didn't work. But I ended up being able to get it done within a day. Again, the main thing I really like about myself is being pragmatic and choosing fact over theories because I feel like as a person I can get a lot more done if I know exactly what has to be done and how to do it versus this may work or it could be done this way theoretically. And I'm really happy at an early age I really wanted to learn, especially with stuff that I'm fairly interested in, so that in the future I still have that ambition to be able to learn more or learn faster or put my mind to where it counts.